Robert Taylor has lived in Australia since he was a baby, but after serving a prison sentence for burglary, he's being sent back to England, a country that he doesn't even remember. The grandfather of 9 has terminal cancer, and as his health deteriorates, Robert and his family are fighting for him to spend his final moments at home with them.
My dad means the world to me. He's my best friend. And him being in there for so long has just destroyed me.
Love you, Gramps. Some more. Hopefully see you very soon. Yeah.
It's been 4 years since Robert Taylor was a free man. He's now under guard in a Perth hospital, about 300 kilometres away from his family. In October 2019, Robert found himself on the wrong side of the law.
I was in a relationship program with my partner that started with meth.
According to court documents, Robert and 2 other men forced their way into a house, threatening a man and accusing him of taking their drugs. Robert was not armed, but the 2 co-accused were.
He got sentenced for being an associate to an aggravated burglary, and then he got sentenced to 3.5 years. And as soon as he got parole, I was going to pick him up, bring him home. And he got taken by the Australian Border Force.
Robert was told he was going to be sent back to England, a country he left when he was 1 year old. Under Australia's 501 laws, residents can be deported if they spend time in jail.
They're based on a character assessment, and that character assessment loosely is if you've served 12 months in prison, you can be considered for deportation.
We had no idea. They just came and took him, and we've been fighting to get him out ever since.
He was born in Southampton. My husband wanted to come to Australia because he was in a team, 2 bricklayers. So we emigrated. 10-pound poms, they call them. What does he know about England? What would you know when you was 13 months old?
If he is deported, it will be the first time he's left Western Australia since his arrival 49 years ago, as he told us in this interview via Zoom.
I've never set foot out of WA. I've never been in England. I don't know one there. I live in Japan there.
He's an Australian. He might have been born over in England, but he doesn't know anything about that country.
Miss them so much. As long as they've had them away, my children, ever.
Robert is appealing his deportation, but so far, no luck. And in May, the father of 6 and grandfather of 9 was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer that has spread to his ribs, hips and spine.
He's got less than 12 months to live, and they want to deport him.
So barbaric, keeping him in there when he's got so little time.
They're sending him away to be alone when it comes, and that's disgusting.
He should be with his family, dying in their arms, dying in his home, surrounded by the love of his children and grandchildren who are yearning and pining for him.
More than 7,000 people have been deported under these laws since they were toughened in 2014.
The majority of people deported are being deported for minor offences and who have lived here for decades.
Keisha has spent the last 1.5 years advocating for her father. It's cost her more than $15,000 in legal fees.
I feel like we're not getting anywhere. He's very, very unwell. We need him home, and I don't see how they can't see that and let him come home to us with what little time he has left.
Love you. Love you, Dad. Love you. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Knowing what he means to her children, Robert's ex-partner Minna Bartrip is firmly on his side.
He's been a great father, you know, great family person. It's all them moments that you're never going to get back, that he's lost. And now he's given such little time, it's like, are we going to get that moment again?
Advocates like Jerry Georgiatos want the laws to be thrown out.
He's completed his sentence, and therefore the slate is clean.
He went to prison, he did his time, and I don't think he deserves what's happened to him. No. He's the most caring, loving man, and he'll do anything for anyone.
The family is desperate. They're calling on the government to show a dying man mercy.
We're pleading for clemency from the Minister for Immigration and the Minister for Home Affairs, Andrew Giles and Claire O'Neill.
When I had the Minister had to passion the let's here to my daughter's dress. So I'm spending my last days with my family.
He needs to come home to us as soon as possible. The more time he's in there, the less time we have to spend with him.
Gosh, that's hard to watch. And you would think in these circumstances, just going by the black and white rule of law, it doesn't make sense. Like, why are you sending a dying man to a place he's never, he hasn't been to since he was 13 months old? And for that family, he's basically still in prison. He's done his time. That's what we've asked of him. And it must be so hard for them to watch him go through that.
Yeah, and no matter what way you cut it, I mean, it's not going to be a beautiful ending for Robert. He's either going to go home or he's got months to live, and we're supposed to be the country of a fair go. This just seems so unnecessarily cruel and barbaric. Let him have his final few months at home with his grandkids and his children.
We did reach out to both the Immigration Minister, Andrew Giles, and the Home Affairs Minister, Claire O'Neill. Neither of them have responded at this point.